You know, as Pat Buchanan said a generation ago, the Congress and the United States government is Israeli-occupied territory.
And may God bless the great alliance between Israel and America forever.
Was it Israel that ordered this war from the US?
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Jag träffade nyligen John Laughland för en intervju om kriget mot Iran.
Did Iran then win this war against the US?
Well, it was the Americans who asked for the ceasefire.
John Laughland är en av Europas ledande konservativa intellektuella. Han är filosofie doktor från universitetet i Oxford. Han är debattör, historiker, författare och en av de mest briljanta analytiker jag någonsin har träffat. Med knivskarpa analyser i utrikespolitiska frågor.
So in a way I was amazed, I suppose, that the Iranians even turned up to the negotiations because you know, you're dealing with people who are profoundly dishonest, the Americans.
I think it's close to over here.
It's a sort of psychotic, collectively psychotic society.
Han är kopplad till partiet Forum för demokrati i Nederländerna. Han bor i Frankrike där han undervisar på flera universitet. Och han syns och hörs ofta i den politiska debatten. Det här är vad han hade att säga om USAs och Israels krig mot Iran.
So I'm standing here with John Laughland in Vienna on the conference INTERVJU. I would like to ask you about the peace negotiations that are ongoing or perhaps finished now between USA and Iran. What's the first impression?
Well, my impression is that we're living in the Matrix with the Americans. Trump particularly, but the whole of the American state, the whole of the American Republic is a psychotic, I'm sorry to be violent in my language, but it's a sort of psychotic, collectively psychotic society. And Trump and his administration have brought this, I would say, made it even more visible than it has been before. When I say psychotic, I'm referring to his absolutely delusional statements. One thing, one minute, another thing, another. Iran is strong, Iran isn't strong. We need NATO, we don't need NATO. I mean, literally psychotic, crazy stuff.
How should one understand this fact that he says that we have crushed Iran, we have won the war, and we need more help from
Exactly.
NATO?
I mean, literally, you do not know. I mean, of course, there are those who say that he has this as a negotiating tactic, that he's done that all his life. He destabilizes people psychologically in order to weaken them and you know, and then to whatever, exploit them or whatever. But I personally think that he's literally just gone crazy. I mean, that's what Candace Owens thinks. That's what Tucker Carlson seems to think. You know, people who are much closer to it than me. So I've made this rather strong statement, but I think surely everyone will agree, independently of the military issue, that their moral standing and their standing as people has been totally discredited. You know, how can you negotiate with people like this? How can you negotiate with people who use negotiations as a cover for preparing a war, which is, of course, is what they did, as you know, 4 weeks ago now, when the whole war started. So in a way, I was amazed, I suppose, that the Iranians even turned up to the negotiations because you know, you're dealing with people who are profoundly dishonest, the Americans.
Did Iran then win this war against the US? Would you conclude that?
Well, it was the Americans who asked for the ceasefire. It was the Americans who begged for the ceasefire. Trump lied when he said that the Iranians had asked for it. They did not ask for it. I think the Iranians probably accepted it because I'm sure they are taking a lot of punishment. But after all, if Trump initiated it, as he certainly did, and we know this, by the way, from you may know, it was what must have been 3 days ago now, where Sunday, I think it was on Friday or possibly on Thursday, the Pakistani Prime Minister mistakenly, it seems, posted on his own X account something which clearly had not been written by him, because it said the Pakistani PM's statement. Well, that must have come from the Americans, because nobody in his own staff would refer to him as the Pakistani PM. So of course they did it, and they did it. They asked for it because the Iranians have the Wunderwaffen, and the Wunderwaffen, obviously, as everybody knows, is the Strait of Hormuz, which they have closed, which, by the way, is part of their territorial waters. They share it, of course, with Oman. It's not an international waterway. It's divided equally between the two states that border it. And now they've got control of it. And that, as we know, is a stranglehold on the world economy. Everybody knows that.
And it's still not open.
And it's still not open.
Which
And
was
again, Trump lied about that as well, saying the Iranians had agreed to open it. They never agreed to open it, but they certainly haven't opened it.
Trump warned about the war in Iran, and he said that the politicians are so stupid and so bad at negotiating that they will have a war against Iran. But they didn't do one. Instead, it was he who started the war against Iran.
Yeah.
What was it that really happened? Was it Israel that ordered this war from the US?
I don't think there's any doubt about that. I mean, Marco Rubio confirmed it, as you know, in the very early days of the war.
We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action.
Netanyahu was in. He's in Washington. He's been in Washington at least 6 times, I think, since Trump was re-elected. So I understood Rubio to be saying that on one of his visits, no doubt the most recent one, but I expect they've been talking about it all year, ever since Trump was elected back in 2025, I mean, when he took office. But anyway, he, as you know, he went to, I've forgotten the date now, but he went to Washington very recently in January or something. And what Rubio said was that the Israelis had said, we're going to do it. And then the Americans obviously agreed to get brought into it. So yes, of course it's an Israeli initiative. But, as Pat Buchanan said a generation ago, the Congress and the United States government is Israeli-occupied territory.
Jag frågade också John Laughland om det väldigt bräckliga vapenstillestånd som har ingåtts och huruvida det kommer att fortsätta att upprätthållas.
Israel is absolutely opposing these peace negotiations.
Israel vill att kriget återupptas och fortsätter, och enda anledningen till att USA överhuvudtaget sökte kontakt med Iran var att man var besviken över att Israel hade översålt kriget. Man hade alltså sålt in något som inte visade sig stämma i verkligheten. Det blev ingen folklig revolution. Och i vanlig ordning har alltså Israel lovat USA något som inte infriades. Och av den anledningen försöker USA nu på något sätt få kontroll över situationen. Men det var USA, inte Iran, som bad om ett vapenstillestånd.
Because of course there have been these leaks, haven't there, about the meetings where Netanyahu said if you do this there will be a revolution, and then some Americans have said the Israelis have oversold what they always do, they oversell and so on, and we don't believe them anymore. Who knows? Maybe that's what's happening. Yes, maybe that some people in this great complex, which is the American government, realize that they've been led into a trap and they want to get out of it. I don't know. I really. The situation is once again the whole relationship to reality is so tenuous that one really, it's very, very difficult to know who is leading whom and who is deciding what. I mean, it could also be just incompetence. Incompetence explains a lot in politics. We like to theorize, we like to have a big picture and so on, but stupidity and incompetence are a very, very major factor, unfortunately, in politics, and that could be where we're at now.
Especially with Trump as a president.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Final question, do you believe that this ceasefire will last, or will there be new fighting going on soon?
No, I think they'll be fighting. I think it's after all, they haven't opened the strait. The Israelis haven't done any of the things that they were. They certainly not going to give up their nuclear program. So all the casus belli, which were at the beginning of the conflict, are still there. So logically, it should continue.
Is Iran developing nuclear weapons? They weren't up until the war, but would they now be considering it?
I have no information at all. Of course, I think it's likely, but I'm a pure external observer.
American intelligence said that we have no evidence whatsoever that they are.
No, I know. No. I mean but that's been said now for 20 years, because this whole thing of the Iranian nuclear weapon has been going on since yes, or I was going to say since 2004, but probably even since the 90s.
But so maybe they will start.
No, but of course, many people are speculating that they will now abandon the policy of the previous the now assassinated supreme leader. So maybe
with the family.
Yeah, exactly. So who knows? But I think yes. I suppose if I'm asked to make a prediction, I think on balance the war will continue. I mean, after all, nothing has been resolved. Okay, peace can also come about without resolution, there can just be exhaustion on both sides or whatever. But we're only a few weeks into this conflict, so unfortunately, I don't think we're anywhere near the end of it.
Thank you very much for taking your time.
You're welcome, Gustav.
Great. Thank you.
Nice to talk to you.